Hello, I'm just going to talk about a few pictures here. Something happened yesterday. I was driving home from a job interview and taking a back road. Suddenly, I'm going like 55, 60, and just real sudden, I just turned down this road on an impulse. And I'm not going to say the name of the road. It's in central New York by my hometown. That's all I'll say. But I've got to protect the family and friends of this individual deceased here. So I've got to be careful with that out of respect for his family. So I've never really driven down this road. There's a lot of back roads around where I live that I really haven't explored. But I wanted to get home. I'm on an austerity budget of sorts. I really don't want to waste a lot of gas money just joyriding. Nevertheless, on an impulse, I took a quick right and came down this road. And I didn't know why, but I figured why not? What the heck? Well, I hadn't gotten far up this road, and I really wasn't looking for, I was just driving. And I just happened to notice to my right in the woods a faded wooden cross with a few things tacked up, which usually signifies somebody was killed there. And probably like where you live, you see these, sadly, you see these all over the place. And these are just from recent years. You never know the history of all these roads over the years and decades, and in some places, centuries. A lot of people have died on our roads. But I see them all the time, and I've never stopped to look at them. I don't think I've ever stopped. I just kind of look at them like most people do and, feel bad for whoever got killed. But something said, turn around and go back there. You need to pray for this person. And I resisted that initially. But the impulse came again, said, no, turn around, go back. And stop and pray for this at this site. So I did that. I turned around and came back, pulled over next to it. Saw it looks like it'd been up there for quite a while, and a few things tacked up to it, and actually did just a Google search of that road and the name killed, and came up with this, that a young man actually had died there 14 years ago. He was out driving in a snowstorm in the evening, and he didn't come home. And a friend of the family went out looking for him, and they found his vehicle had hit this tree, I think, and he was killed here on this spot. He lost control of his vehicle, and I guess there was a lot of snow, and he wound up hitting this tree, and that's where he lost his life. And so the man was only 18 years old, and he was the only one in the vehicle. And a friend found him, friend of the family found him. So I started praying. I didn't know what to do. I have a Bible in my car. I read out loud some Bible scriptures, the words of Jesus Christ. I said some prayers, and then I got to tell you, it got really, really, really cold in my car. And the windows were down, and it's August, summertime, and the AC definitely was not turned on my car. If anything, I had a little bit of heat going, maybe a little bit for the defrost, but it got icy, bone-chilling cold in my car and I noticed it. It got that way for about 2 minutes, and then it went away. And I've experienced that before. I'm not saying it means anything. I'm just sharing this with you. But when I've experienced that sort of thing, kind of like a heaviness in the atmosphere, like the atmosphere got heavy in a weird way to explain it. And it felt like just an icy blast had come into my car. And I'm not ghost hunting. I prayed for this man out of compassion, that he's stuck there for some reason. he probably didn't think he was going to die. You know, he had his whole life ahead of him. Good looking guy, you know, from his photo that I'm going to put up at the end of this. And I've X'd out all of his name and information because I've got to be very careful with this. Because you could see here that he was loved and missed, I'm sure, a lot. And he didn't live far away from where I live, in my same town. Sad. But, you know, when I've learned that when I feel like a gut feeling, and it, you know, when I feel compelled to pray for something or somebody, do it. And I think this is the first time I've ever done this with one of these roadside memorials. No, there was another time I did, actually, in Pennsylvania, where 2 men were killed, construction workers. But there's only 2 times in my whole life, so I don't go around looking for these things to pray for them. I usually, like everybody, I just note them and thinking, wow, somebody got killed here. That's sad, and that's it, and I go on my way. But this one I felt strongly compelled to go back and pray there. And I did. And I did this out of compassion. And somebody, you know, there was no traffic. There's nobody around. I mean, if there's a bunch of people around, I would have been very discreet about it. I just pulled my car over, took my Bible out, started reading, started praying and talking. If anybody was there, saying, go into the light, call out the name of Jesus Christ. Call out to Jesus Christ and look for a light so you can get out of here and go home and leave this place. And I don't know. I told somebody about it, you know, the people I know off of YouTube, and somebody said that I was a bit of a weirdo to do that. And this person claims to be a Christian. And you know what I said? I said, yeah, I can see what you mean. It is kind of weird for me to do this. I said, but I do it anyway because nobody else does. And somebody should do these. More people should do this. But if you feel compelled to do this, do it. Always. And they don't have to be dead. I've seen people, I just pass people, and I feel compelled to pray for them. And sometimes something like this, I feel compelled to pray because in my life walk experience, I've noticed some spirits can be stuck. And I'm not going to claim I know why or how or what, but some of them are stuck where they got killed, or they're stuck in where they used to live when they were here, or they could be stuck at a graveyard. And that's another argument that a lot of people will argue with me. I find that more and more people are unaccepting of my spiritual walk. I don't know if it's because I'm getting older or what, but I'm getting more and more criticism. And it's, I'm sorry, it's who I am. You be you, I'll be me. I'm not hurting anybody. And that's what I said to this person that said that it was just way too weird for me to do this. What's it hurting? They couldn't answer that. What did it hurt for me to do this? Absolutely nothing. And what if I actually helped a soul go home? And this person's never experienced ghosts or spirits. But I have my whole life. And I tried to explain to them, you have to understand, I have a long lifetime history with this. I don't have to go looking for it. I'm wired a little differently. So my belief systems are a little different. And I don't feel there's any harm in listening to an impulse that tells me to go pray out of compassion. And I use the name of Jesus Christ a lot throughout this, and read the Bible and say prayers and say, I don't know what else to say. Go to the light. Call out the name of Jesus Christ. I tell them, say, Jesus, have mercy on me. Have mercy on me. I've actually had a couple of times in my life where I've done this, and I'm pretty certain I've helped some spirits go home. And I say, look for the light and just keep calling out the name of Jesus. Jesus Christ, have mercy on me. And then go into the light and you go home. And you can go home. And I say some prayers. So I would tell you that if you ever feel compelled to do this, just do it. I don't care what anybody says. Think of the things that Christ and his disciples did on their time here on earth. A lot of people probably called them weirdos too for casting out demons and such. They probably were looked at as weirdos as well. So this is nothing new. You do the work of the Lord as you see fit. And this is kind of sad, but here's this young man's picture, and I probably won't leave this post up for too long. So if somebody sees this and they're offended, I apologize. I will take it down. No harm is meant. I really just felt compelled to pray where this man was killed. So here he is. One final thing. I want your opinion. Do you think this is weird of me to do this? I mean, I really would value your opinion on this. Whether I can take it. I got a thick hide, So let me know what you think. Thank you.